What up, guys? Tonight, I should say, or even this morning, it's fucking 2 a.m. because I stayed up late watching the Tyson Jake Paul fight. It was whack, but tonight we are doing the Secret Wars Marvel Legends wave. So we're just gonna rip them open here, talk about them, and probably rate them. And then we're gonna talk about some stuff, maybe do a little speculation, and I don't know, maybe talking about a wave 2, a wave 3, and yeah, maybe we'll talk about that fight too. So here we are, 2 a.m. in my kitchen. Here we go. All right, let's do this. All right, guys, we're just gonna wing it. It's late and I'm already down in my coffee. So good morning. So we're gonna look at these packages first. They're all in the clamshell style on the card. We'll look at the front here. I kind of have them in order of how I'm gonna open them, so you can fast forward through, but I'm gonna start with Titania, who I am the least excited for. I was happy to hear that we're getting her and pretty excited. I mean, it looks like she's on a pretty cool buck. Maybe it's the same size or same buck as Power Princess, as Zarda, but I'm not sure. We'll kind of see how they match up. Black suited Spider-Man. Heard good things, heard not great things. Iron Man. It's Rhodey. He's got the roller skates, just like from the comic. He's got his little gun there, little laser rifle. So these things are retro cards, and they're kind of remakes or just ode to the old 80s line of Secret Wars. Here we got the Beyonder. Wolverine, who I'm always excited for, but I need another Wolverine in my collection like I need a third nut, you know? No, you don't know. But, and of course, Cap. And his foot's looking a little bent up there. That's got me a little worried. So he'll be last because I'm pretty excited for him with that shattered shield. All these guys come with these holographic shields, just like they did back in the 80s. I believe Series 1 was, in the original 80s line, was Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine, excuse me, Doctor Doom, Magneto, goddamn, Kang, and Dr. Octopus. Boom. And then they came out later with like Constrictor and Zemo and Daredevil and Iceman. And then they all got these little insert things down here that just say Secret Wars 40 for the 40th anniversary. That's what these figures are in celebration of, and you can insert them into the shield and take that hologram out or put it in front of it. We shall see how that works, but as you can see, she's got the square, and then the squares down here. Spidey's got the circular insert and shield. So it looks like all the good guys have circular shields and the bad guys have square. So yeah, we'll go through the back and then we'll open these guys up and see what they are all about. And then we're going to talk rumors, speculation, all sorts of fun stuff, upcoming waves. All right, going from worst to first, looking at the card backs. Basically, you got a little glamour shot of the character and a little write-up. Get mobile here with the camera. You guys can pause it if you want to read that little description there. Got the whole line. 6 figures in all. And then directions on how to put the inserts into the hologram or holographic shields. I'm not going to mess too much with those. It's more about the figures, but I mean, the shield is part of the nostalgia. Here we go for Spider-Man. Let's get that out of the way. Pretty excited about this guy with the squinty eyes. That's what's kind of got me intrigued. Same old. Here we got Iron Man. Now, one thing I noticed about this, I'll show you right now, is you look at that. Is it gonna work here? There we go. And you get Tony. Iron Man. Tony. But in this comic series, it's actually Rhodey that is inside the Iron Man suit. Beyonder. Wolverine, which I'm pretty stoked about. Love the brown and tan. Love it. And finally, Cap. Who gets 2 shields? So yeah, there's lots of talk about next wave and some other ideas that they could be coming out with for maybe a wave 2 or a Secret Wars 2 wave, which kind of has the same characters for the most part, but there's a few that maybe, you know, we could use new figures or maybe first time in the line figures. There's a couple characters in there. All right, let's tear these open. We're gonna start with Titania, Absorbing Man's girlfriend. What the fuck? That better come off. Why do you get stains on your chest, Titania? What's going on? All right, we're gonna just do a quick run through Titania here. She's got the fists and the clasping C-grip hands right and the left. Not a bad figure, actually. A little disappointed about the paint. We got this up here, which is a little annoying. And then if you can see down here, kind of by your navel, there's like a little black dot, oops, right at the V down there. I don't know if that's a gap or just a paint error, but other than that, it's a pretty good figure. The paint's okay otherwise. I like these spikes that go down her arm and the side of her leg here. I believe this is the same buck as Zarda from Squadron Supreme. But yeah, Not a bad figure, you know, pinless, double jointed on the arms. No waist swivel, you just got the swivel up at the diaphragm there. Limited movement with the head because of the hair on the back. She actually looks down pretty good. Go like this, you know. So, not horrible. But, you know, I think basically I want these figures to change my mind. I'm opening them in order of how I think I will like them, but my mind could change, you know. I just didn't think this would be good enough. When I heard this was coming out, I got excited. When I saw the figure, I was kind of like, meh, you know. And now in hand, I'm not that disappointed. It just looks kind of dull to me. But the articulation is on point. I'm not 100% on this face, but it's whatever. She's a minor character. I'm gonna have to use a paint pen on that and maybe touch this up down here. Maybe I'll leave that alone, I don't know. But other than that, it's decent. She's sturdy, she stands well. Yeah, not too bad. And I'm very happy to add this to my Secret Wars villains display. And I should probably show you guys that. We'll do a tour of my figure rooms soon enough, but that will be for another day or another night, more than likely. All right, we're gonna move on to Spider-Man. All right, we got Symbiote Spider-Man. So when I was looking at the package, one of these hands here, it looked like there was a black mark on, I think it was this hand. And now I got him out of the package and it's gone, but I was gonna freak out and bitch about it on the show, but I guess I don't have to. So I was gonna be like, what's going on with these paint apps? But these are solid after all. I love this head, the squinty-eyed head. I gotta say, I really prefer it. It is nice. And it's different, of course. And so he comes with this head as well. Let me get my hands to work here. Which we've seen before on the, what was it, the Kraven 2-pack. Probably more, many more than that, but this is pretty cool. I really like this. So I'm definitely displaying it with this head, because I've seen enough of this one. And of course the shield. What I was gonna say also is, so this is Titania's shield. Oh, don't fall. At your own risk. I mean, I put these in like this and then shut it, and it stayed shut because this clasp up here. Oops, come on. On camera, everybody. See, just like that. So if you want, you can store them both in there if you're not using the shield. Otherwise, I don't think they all have holes in their back. Probably just Cap, maybe Iron Man, we'll see. But I guess they're meant to be held, so this flips up. You attach this to the wrist and be very, very careful with these. Seriously, I've had so many break off. My older Hydra cap, it just snapped. I've had it happen a couple times. So it's almost better when you get the, like for Cap's shield, who's pretty much the only one. Like him and Black Knight, I'm not sure who else would carry a shield, but U.S. Agent perhaps, but you know, they wanted to kind of do a throwback of the 80s line, so they included these holographic shields. But if you don't want to use them and just store them, they will both fit in here. You just got to kind of cram them into, there's a little like inset on this side, and then of course this right here. So you can throw them both in there and store them. But yeah, to reiterate, be very careful clipping onto the wrist. You may want to heat it up just a tad. Just use a blow dryer, because if you see like this part, there'll be some tension and it'll turn kind of white down here on this curvature right about here. That means there's a lot of tension there and it's gonna snap. So you gotta be cautious and pretty gentle. So anyways, back to Spidey. We do have 2 fists. We have a pair of wall crawling hands and then a pair of whipping web slinger hands, which he doesn't use because the webs are supposed to come out up here with this suit. They shoot out of these little white areas, which I feel like are the wrong shape for Spider-Man. Maybe they had some kind of template for it, but it's like pizza shaped, and I thought it was a little more like flat and, I don't know, maybe a little bit rounder on the edges. But this stuff is just, it's tight. So I'll probably pose him doing some kind of like, maybe down on all fours, or like holding like one hand and or like one fist and then one hand supporting himself on the floor, kind of a crawling pose perhaps. But I dig this figure. It may move up from number 5 and maybe slide into the 4th, maybe the 3rd spot. We'll see how it goes, but pretty good figure. I like this buck. It's got the ultimate style diaphragm swivel, of course double jointed in the arms, butterfly, double jointed, no pins on the knees as well, just no toe articulation. So not perfect, but still pretty good, and I really love the squinty eyes. So that is your Spider-Man figure right there. On to Iron Man. All right, I waited to take Iron Man out of his molding here because he's got so many accessories. I just thought I'd kind of show them off real quick. So got the figure here. We got the roller skates, which I'm pretty excited for. We got these blaster effects here, 2 of them, 1 for each hand or foot. That would be nice if the blasters came out of the back side of these roller skates, but that's probably asking too much. We got some smoke effects here, and then we got the shield. Of course, Tony Stark's under there, but in the suit, it's supposed to be Rhodey or War Machine. Then we got an extra hand just for clasping onto this laser, which is kind of it's kind of a retro thing, because I think Iron Man and maybe Doctor Doom and Kang each came with one of these same blasters. And then we got the extra insert here for the Secret Wars 40th. And yeah, pretty nice figure. Got the blue painted nipples and the reactor there in the middle. I like the white inside the slits of the eyes, and how I think it's just black for the mouth. But that's pretty cool. All right, let's bust this guy out. Let's do a quickie over him. Nice looking yellow there on the red. Can't really look up too much, so flying's gonna be kind of weird if you're doing that pose, but he looks down pretty well. Normal articulation, he's got the double jointed pinless. Looks pretty nice. All right, we'll show you some of the accessories real quick and show some poses with different hands and whatnot. Hey guys, so I had to crash last night. It was going on about 3:15 a.m. and I was starting this video here with Iron Man out of the package, and I just kept saying so I was beat. I was dead tired, so I had to go to bed. So here we are the next day morning, and hopefully this will go a little more smoothly. So here we got Iron Man. I got the skates on him. Got a blaster effect. He's kind of shooting himself across the floor on his skates. And he's got his little blaster here, which I'm going to keep on Iron Man. We got the smoke effects there. Pretty cool. These can also plug in to where the skates are on the bottom of the feet, as well as the hands. This is a pretty cool figure. I hate to do this to you, Spidey, but Iron Man might be locked in at the 4th spot, but we're going to see how things go. It's a close race between Spidey and Iron Man, but we'll see how I feel about Beyonder and Wolverine. I think Cap is solidified in the #1 spot. Ooh, my dog just burped. And I have to let him out. So this is Iron Man. Pretty cool figure. I like the yellow. It looks really good. I don't think there's much paint here because I think it's just plastic parts, so it's just the red and the yellow. A little paint here, a little paint on the nips. Maybe since this is 2 colors, maybe this is painted on red. I'm not really sure. And then you got the white inside the eye slits there, if you can see that. And then it's black at the mouth. So on his shield, it does show Tony Stark. So they said that there's, a deal with his identity during this Secret Wars comic book series. So I think most of the Avengers and teammates of his think it's Tony. I don't know how they, couldn't figure it out since it's Rhodey under there. But I remember reading this comic book series as a kid, and also reading Invincible Iron Man when Rhodey took over this suit. And then I think Tony has the Centurion armor, joins the West Coast Avengers, which was a sick title, and Rhodey becomes War Machine. I think that's how it happened. You can say in the comments, maybe it's something different. I'm not sure. That's just how I remember it. But this is a pretty dope figure. So I'm going to put him over here with these two. Sorry about the bouncy. Got Spidey and Titania going at it. I just remember them fighting in the comic book series, and she was kind of like, you gotta stand still. And he's like, no way. And he's kind of beating her up. And she's stronger than him, but I think he says, I think Spider-Man says something to the effect like, oh, if we're in a broom closet, you'd kick my butt. So if it was close quarters, he'd be in trouble. But luckily, they were out in the open, and Spider-Man was free to move as he wanted and use his powers as he should, and overpowered Titania. So we're gonna go on to the Beyonder. All right, we're gonna do this pretty quick here. I like this figure. He's pretty cool. It's not perfect. This is the Beyonder. He's got his little jumpsuit, his Michael Jackson jumpsuit. It looks like, I think the story is in Secret Wars 2, he comes down to Earth and sees Michael Jackson on TV and basically takes on his form. So he's got this jumpsuit. Not quite Michael Jackson, but he's kind of got the hair and I guess the gear. He's got like this jumpsuit where it's like tucked in at the boots. There is no boot cut. Ankle swivel and pivot. Thigh cut. double jointed knees and elbows, both pinless, cut at the bicep, and then the head moves, of course, as it should. Bending over isn't really his thing because there's no stomach crunch or diaphragm swivel. It's all in the hips with this guy. So, and you can even see the inside. Check this out. He's a robot. Oh my God. So that's it. They kind of did the OG Luke Cage style with him here, but not a bad figure, I gotta say. Here's the shield with the hologram. Kind of looks like the living laser, but that's him all powered up and in his whatever galactic space form, whatever. Secret Wars 40th anniversary insert there. I already swapped out the fists for the grasping hands because he holds this. We got the fists here. Both of them got the hinges that go like this. Sometimes when they have a weapon or a gun, a pistol, whatever, they move like this. They kind of pivot up and down, almost like a mode, but these are how they should be. I like it. Here is the little planet that came with Beyonder. So this is, I guess, Warworld, and I don't know if he's supposed to be a giant, but it's kind of him, you know. This is like his chess game. He pits the villains versus the heroes. He takes little shards or fragments from different planets. I think Earth is involved in a bunch of alien planets, and they all come together to form this globe. You can see these guys kind of, it's like, they're like zooming inwards. There's some fire. There's some, you know, whatever that is, some rock. There's a little green piece here, so that's the forest, and it's like magma, and it looks brutal and rough, so pretty cool. And he can hold this thing just like that. He's got the whole world in his hands, like so. And I dig this figure, but he's going to get demoted. Probably under Spider-Man and definitely under Iron Man. Those guys are still running close. We're going to see how this goes. But we are going to move him over here. And it looks like the villains are taking the bottom spots here. So we got Titania, Beyonder, the old Webhead, and Iron Man. And these guys are really close, these two guys, the two heroes, but it is what it is. I don't think there's really a weak figure in the wave, but this is the order that I thought it would be. Well, no, not the order that I thought it would be, but this is the order I'm going with. It's pretty close to what I thought, but I was very excited for Beyonder. So he's getting pushed down a couple notches. So right now we got Titania, Beyonder, and then these two guys, and we're gonna have to figure that out later. Maybe have to do like a rock, paper, scissors thing. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. We're gonna move on to Wolverine. All right, here we got Wolverine, fresh out of the package. We got his shield, hologram, and the Secret Wars 40th, of course. We got the alt head, the unmasked head. Looks pretty good. I think it's an all-new sculpt. I like it. It's purty. Nice looking hair. Pretty wicked looking. Yeah, so there's that. Of course, we got the claw hands, and we're gonna have to pop those on because what is Wolverine really without his claws? I love this figure already. It's very reminiscent of the original Secret Wars figure where he kind of had that slim little this thing going down, and it was almost like a stripe. Usually it's kind of like a little wider. It covers up the whole stomach crunch area. So it's pretty cool. And I remember it was almost like a brownish purple back then, and it was like, what the heck? Why is it purple? But it's brown, but it's reminiscent of the colors from the original line. I like this head sculpt as well. He's got the kind of the little smirk, a bub smirk, and I like his cowl or mask because these things go way up, and that's kind of how he was drawn back in the day. And this is some really soft plastic, not hard at all, so could be malleable. You know, you can move it around quite a bit, but this is kind of how he appeared back then. It was you know, they probably had to get him a little more wind resistant, you know, and like in the movie, you know, how are those what are they, blowjob handles? So looks pretty awesome. I like it. The articulation is snappy. It's great. You got the double hinged elbows and knees. No pins at all. I like the color. I like the color blend. Really freaking hairy arms. I think it's sculpted on it. You can feel the texture right there. And they painted over it. And it looks pretty wicked. I remember, you know, reading Wolverine and X-Men comics back then. And I always thought Wolverine was just a dirtbag. You know, he's got these hairy arms, and he just was, you know, he always needed a shave. So this represents Wolverine in the 80s quite well. He's got the butterfly joints, stomach crunch, head moves just fine. He doesn't really look up because his shoulders are so huge. Look at that. Look at those traps. So yeah, he's awesome. I'm very happy. See if he can kick his own butt. We haven't really done that yet for any of these guys. But yeah, he can kick himself in the belt. Very nice looking figure. You know, he's a little bit different than the rest because he's got the really tall, whatever, the headgear. This stuff is above and beyond what it has been for the last 5 or 6 years, and so they really did a good representation of an 80s Wolverine. So let's snap these claw hands on, or at least one of them. I don't know if this comes off. No, that's molded on there. There we go. Claws look good. What are you looking at, bub? We'll do this. The one thing that maybe they could have included, but they didn't really have to, was the cowl when he slips it off of his head. But I think back then it was just a mask that he just pulled up or pulled off of his head. So, you know, maybe a nice like folded mask that he can grip in his hand would have been cool, or something to wrap around his neck, but it's unneeded. Let's just check out and see how his head looks on here. Oh my God, sorry. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. That's a tight fit. That's looking good. It's looking OG as hell. Hairy arms. So I wonder if, because we're supposed to be getting another Wolverine in 2025, I wonder if it's going to be a brown and yellow suited, and it's going to be more, you know, like, more like it's been looking recently, but with the old style, like boots and, you know, basically this, but a little bit whiter down here. Maybe more of a tan here and more of a brown up here. Either way, this is a great figure. It probably could rival that X-Men 97 figure, which I'm going to put him next to and kind of see how they measure up. but this is a great figure, and I would do either this head or the other head. Both are very nice. Yeah, I'm digging this figure a lot. So he's going to stay where I thought he would be, and that's the number 2 spot, right in front of Iron Man and Spidey and right behind Cap. So that is Wolverine. Very happy with this figure. He looks great. Almost perfect in the representation of how he appeared in the Secret Wars comic line. So let's go on to Mr. Steve Rogers, Captain America, coming up next. Hey guys, one thing I just wanted to point out, you notice how that the Wolverine masked head was very tight, and when I pulled it off, you know, and then when I popped it back on after removing the unmasked head, it made a huge snapping noise. Now that was just the head popping onto the ball joint here, but if you look, sorry. It's getting a little, you can see a little bit of peakedness there. It's a little white, so that's bending. And there's some tension there. So I'm gonna have to be careful. And probably you might, there's little tutorials on YouTube on how to handle these figures. And fresh out of the package, you may want to hit them up with a blow dryer. So just kind of giving you a heads up there. I know it's kind of later in the video, but when you open these up, maybe blast them with a hair dryer for maybe 30 to 40 seconds. Just hit all the areas, soften up the plastic a little bit so he becomes, or all of them become a little more movable. Some of these joints are very stiff, so I'm just saying, be careful, guys. Use a little heat on these figures. It can't hurt, So do that. Here, I'm going to pop the mast head on one more time. You can hear this stuff, but I'm being pretty delicate. There you go. That's a big pop, And so, just forewarned, be gentle, be cautious. And don't break your figures. All right, bub, do what I say. Heat up those joints. All right, here we go with Captain America, our final figure in this wave. Dope figure. I mean, it's basically a remake of the anniversary one, but we got pinless joints. So that makes him even better. He's seamless. I mean, this is your Captain America right here. Of course, he's got the peg in the back, so you can toss one of the shields in there. Paint is beautiful. Yeah, this will be my main representation of Captain America. I love this figure, and I'm all about accessories, so hologram shield and insert aside. You got this shield that's shattered, and it comes with little pieces. None of them really fit. They don't clamp in there or anything like that. I think they're just supposed to be on the ground to show, hey, Cap got his shield shattered. It's all scratched up. It looks like it's about to fall apart into 1,000 pieces. We got the clasp as well as the peg to go on the back. Again, be careful with this stuff, guys. As you saw with Wolverine's ball joint in his neck. And, I mean, you know how it goes. You see the tension on these things when you kind of push on them. And it'll start to get a little white around these edges here. And, it's not too late, but you want to be very careful. So warm them up, do what you got to do. But this accessory is really cool. It's wicked. So it's a little reminiscent of Endgame. You can do this all day, right? So really cool with the shield. I would think that these shards will be at his feet when I present him on my display. He comes with the smiley face. Cap's always being positive. And then here you got the battle raged face. He's concentrating. He's focused. He's taking a shit, maybe. So there's your two heads together. Very nice sculpt. Let's get those eyes, huh? What's going on with the eyes here? Anyway, he has, I mean, the way it's molded, it almost looks like a diaphragm swivel, but it's not. It's stomach crunch. Of course, the pinless double jointed elbows and knees. Cut at the thigh. There is a boot cut and swivel and pivot on the ankle. And, yep, we got a swivel at the waist. Very nice figure. Looks up about like that. Looks down about like that. Doing some stomach crunch exercises there. Very nice looking figure. I like the wings that pop out like this. Pretty wicked stuff. Then he also comes with hands. I mean, that's what's gonna win me over with some of these figures is accessories, and that's why Iron Man might be towards the top. But he comes with along with the fist. Cap comes with the clasping hands. Not really C-grip, but looks like they're gonna hold something. Maybe Iron Man's blaster. And then you got two separate different kinds of hands. You got this pointer hand, which I know he does point at some stuff in Secret Wars because he's like, they're coming. And then you got what I think is probably his saluting hand, where he's like, aye, aye. But it could be a karate chop hand too. Cap's been known to do that. And they all have the hinges. And they're all going the same way. So no jerk off hinges on the clasp hands. Yeah, this guy's going number one for sure. And if you want, you can take the anniversary one and take the bandolier strap that goes across over his shoulders and throw it on this guy if you want to. I'm going to keep this guy as is. He's almost perfect. I want to talk about this boot cut though, just to bring Wolverine back. I didn't mention it, but he actually has the boot cut as well, but it's lower down. It's like this leg goes down into here and the boot cut's probably around here, which is pretty nifty. I like that. I'm pretty sure that's always how it's been. But yeah, Cap is awesome. I love the whatever the chain mail, the scale mail, if you will, that he's got up on the torso. Love it. Great figure. Paint looks great. Red, white, and blue. Top to bottom, very nice looking fig. And he's going number one. What's up, kitty? And so we're going to rate these, just to go down the line, and then we're going to do some comparisons, and then we're going to talk some speculation, some future series, what we want to see coming from this line, from this wave, from the Secret Wars, maybe get a Secret Wars 2. So let's do it. All right, here we go. We're going to do some ratings or rankings and comparisons. Brought a few figures up from the man cave, just to show how, just some comparisons and just show how things have changed, and Coming in dead last, we got Titania. She's not a bad figure. She's actually quite a nice figure, but just not super impressive. She does look like she appeared in the comic book, so it's cool. I think she is a tad bigger than Zarda. I mean, there's a big difference there in the leg sculpt because, like, she has got some musculature that's crazy. But both of these bucks are great. I think they could both be used for, like, someone like Thundra or maybe Valkyrie, maybe a red She-Hulk, but that'd probably go on a She-Hulk buck. I think that this Zarda is actually like one of the best figures of 2024. At least one of the better female Marvel Legends. I mean, she is dope. So, but comparable to Titania, I think Zarda would kick her butt. But, yeah. So we got Titania coming in at number 6. At number 5, we got the Beyonder. Cool figure, looks really cool. I love the War World thing in his hands. Pretty wicked, but you know, kind of basic. I think it's fun that he's got the Michael Jackson jumpsuit, the hair, the swappable hands so that he can hold this, and he's got the fist ones. But it would have been nice to get some power effects. Oh. Titania? I don't know. Number 4, we're gonna give it to Spidey. It's really close between Spidey and Iron Man. The squinty eyes on the mask is awesome. You know, these are all pinless, really great looking figure. But the Iron Man has too many accessories to not mention and not have him ranked a little higher. I am a guy that loves accessories, power effects. You know, I think of, you know, when you get a Marvel Legend and it doesn't come with a power effect, that, you know, like Havoc not coming with power effects is ridiculous. Even if it's something that like came with Havoc, like those bubble spiral effects, you know, just throw those in, you know. You used to do it all the time, even when it didn't really seem to make sense. But not so many accessories. Put Spider-Man at the 4th spot, which brings us to this guy, which is the retro carded Spider-Man. He's all pinned up, and he's got, I like this mask. It's, the eyes aren't as wide as the alternate mask for the Secret Wars one, and I really like this look. It's very reminiscent to the comics that he appeared in the 80s when he got back to Earth and was noticing that the symbiote was like taking over and making him into a kind of a shitbag. But this figure's still great. This one's just better and pinless and squinty eyes, and he's awesome. So Iron Man coming in at number 3. Too many accessories to not mention. I mean, you got the good old callback with this blaster, the cool smoke effects, the 2 blast effects, and then swappable hands. And he just looks good, you know, with the blue coming out of the reactor, and the yellow looks really good, and the red looks great. You know, it's, you know, we're getting 4 figures that we get all the time with Cap, Spidey, Wolverine, and Iron Man, and I don't know, this one might be the best, but don't forget, it's Rhodey. It's James Rhodes underneath here, all right? So don't forget that. Rhodey coming in at number 3. And at number 2, we got Wolverine. This figure is awesome. like really awesome. I love the claws. I think they are the same claws as from the X-Men 97. But love it. I think it's the exact same buck. We're gonna grab the 97 version and put them up right up against it. But the hairy arms, the cowl or the mask, whatever, the stuff popping way up, really awesome. Beautiful figure. And then so we'll kind of compare it to this guy. He's got the cowl pulled down around his neck. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same buck, except for like maybe the shoulder pads. Looks pretty much the same for those claw hands. Different belt. Same kind of deal with the shorts. I think it's like the exact same mold. So yeah, you can see the hair molded on to the arms, but the fact that they painted it on to this guy to just show the nostalgia, show the drawbacks of the character back in the 80s, it looks great. Love it. So there's the Wolverine 97, all pinless. I think this is the same deal, yep. We got the boot cut right there inside the boot. I think these are the exact same boots. Pretty good stuff. Now we're gonna bring this Wolverine out from the Juggernaut wave. And I'm hoping we get a new figure with this mold, but this look. So that, you know, the brown that goes down in the middle here is a little thicker than right here. The belt looks to be about the same. Of course, he doesn't have any molding of the shorts down on the thigh at all, where here he does. I think we need that. Yeah, he does have a boot cut. It's been a while since I touched this. And then I got these metal claws that I got from Can of Beans. Super cool dude, good company. He keeps it real. It's fire. But I mean, look at the cowl difference here. Look at that. So yeah, this is the Juggernaut Wave one. Still, I love this figure, and I'll probably keep it because of the metal claws. I like the fact that they have the claws molded in instead of them falling out all the time. That was a bitch when they first came out with a bunch of Wolverines where the plastic claws would pop out. It sucked, so nice little comparison there. Come on, stand up, Wolvie. You gonna make it? There we go. And so Wolvie is at number 2. And at number 1, we got Cap. Accessories, A+. The shield, just the deco, the look of it, A+, really awesome. The shards down here of the shield, good idea. I'm gonna probably bag them so they don't get lost, but you know, I don't know if I want to keep them on my shelf, like just beneath him, just to show, oh, his shield's broken, there's pieces underneath, you know. I don't know if I want those laying around for cats and dogs and little kids and friends to mess around with. I don't want to have to beat anyone up, you know, so. Not my friends, you know, I won't touch them, but my kids, my dog, my cat, they're gonna get a kick in the tummy if they mess with my figures. So, number 1, Captain America. We're gonna bring in the anniversary one. Slightly darker on the blue and the paint, but pretty much the same style on the head sculpt with the wings coming out. The red, maybe a subtle difference, but it's basically the same mold, but this guy's got all pinned arms. So if any of you guys waited and didn't get the anniversary one and you're waiting for this one, probably a good move, but you do want that shield And this shield's pretty cool. I love the blast effects that bounce off the shield. That shit's fucking sweet. So, and this is a really good figure. It really is, but this is an improvement. The only thing that would have made it perfect is if he got a full shield. That would have been tight. So we'll put this guy back here. So there are our ratings. We can stare away at these guys and we'll kind of chat about what's coming up. And then I'm gonna end this thing. I know it's probably a long video. We're going on 11 minutes now just for this, so I'm gonna try to close this up in the next 3 to 4 minutes. So wave 2, it could be interesting. You know, are we gonna get Constrictor, a new Constrictor? And this figure, even though it's old as hell, and I think it's one of my oldest one, I think it's still a Hasbro figure. Very early Hasbro, but like, look at the foot articulation here. Look at that. That's old school, but he's so nice looking. And that head sculpt, look at that. That is dope. So good. He's a really cool character. Right now I have him displayed with my Deadpool on my Deadpool shelf because he's kind of a Deadpool buddy, I guess you could say. And I don't know, if we get a new one, I might actually hang on to this guy. I love the tentacles he's got out, but maybe they'll come out with something that's similar to like Omega Red, where you got like the retracted coils that are kind of down here and kind of like maybe a little loop-de-loop. And then you got longer ones that are like this, and you can kind of wrap it around somebody's neck or something like that. But that would be cool. I love this figure, and I need a new one in order to sell this. And that's what it's going to take. So if and I know he's rumored, so if it's part of the Secret Wars 2 or a second Secret Wars wave or a third or even a fourth, goddamn, that'd be sick. I will accept that. And it might be a knee-jerk reaction. I might sell this guy. I might not. I gotta adjust his feet here because he wants to fall forward. But really super cool looking figure. I hope they can capture the way he looks. Like, his head is great, and I love the stripes. They just got to improve upon it. That's it. But will we see Iceman? I heard Iceman's coming. I think Zemo and Daredevil are probably not gonna happen. Same with Hobgoblin. I think he was in Wave 2 in the original Wave 2 Secret Wars series back in the 80s. I don't know. We've gotten a new retro Hobgoblin. We've gotten a lot of Daredevils. We just got that Walgreens exclusive Zemo maybe 2 years ago, and he is awesome. So I just don't see that happening. Maybe some speculation, we might see a red and blue Spider-Man, which would be all right, but do we need it? Nah, I don't think we do. We got enough of those, right? And maybe like members of the Wrecking Crew. It seems like those older figures also, I have all 4 of them, and they're old as shit, and they're like very big. And I love the Wrecker, but he's old, and I'd like an update of him at least. That crowbar is sick. Pile Driver, the white paint is now turning blue, which happens with a lot of these action figures that are painted white, and especially if they're older, it starts going blue. Like I have that Black Cat, the older Black Cat, and all the fluff and white stuff on her is turning blue. I would love an Absorbing Man because I have the Build-A-Figure. It's a good figure, but I think we need Titania's boyfriend, her Bohunk, to be a part of this. So that'd be nice to get an update of Wrecking Crew and Absorbing Man. I always, like when I first started reading Secret Wars, I thought Absorbing Man was just part of the Wrecking Crew because he had the wrecking ball like Thunderball had. So, but I know now. I mean, he's a powerful dude, so I'd love to see an updated Absorbing Man. Maybe Claw, Lizard, that'd be all right. Volcana. Now, could we do like a dating 2-pack with Volcana and a new Molecule Man? I know we got that one recently, and it's okay, but it just doesn't feel like the Secret Wars one. So maybe an updated one if you throw it in a 2-pack with Volcana. And I mean, for God's sakes, have some power effects for both Molecule Man and Volcana. That would be sick. Enchantress could use an update. Her figure's pretty old. That was like back in like a Doctor Strange wave, 2015. She's got those heels, so she's not exactly easy to keep standing. She's a little flimsy. If she got some heels, updated stuff, kind of more like this, like Power Princess, that would be an improvement. And then, I don't know, let's speculate a little bit, because I love Secret Wars. I loved all the characters. I think that Cyclops is rumored to come out, and it's the 80s version where he's got the, the hood kind of like cap over his head, and it's just the straight, the blue and the yellow and the swashbuckler boots. I would love to get a new version of him. The other one, I still love it, but it does need an update. Perhaps we could do a love triangle set with Human Torch, Colossus, and maybe you could do like Human Torch with like a sling around his arm or something, and then Colossus in his human form, and then the healing lady. I can't remember her name, but I think it was like monosyllabic name or something. It was like Ja, or I can't remember, but it was an alien lady, and Johnny Storm thought since she healed him, he was dating her, and then all of a sudden she was like getting all smoochy woochy kissy wissy with Colossus when he was injured, and broke his hot little heart. So I'm sure Johnny Storm isn't used to women straying from him, but the big old Rusky, the ladies like him too, apparently. So that would be kind of cool. A love triangle. Human Torch, Colossus, and Healing Lady. Maybe another romantic pack with Magneto and Wasp, with the old school looking Wasp, where she has like the kind of W on her chest that kind of separates her suit from her skin up by her neck. That wouldn't be too horrible. Then let's talk a little bit about Secret Wars 2, which I didn't read, but I didn't read the series, but I read a little summary about it. When Beyonder comes to Earth, first he encounters the New Mutants, and I guess he wants to date Boom Boom, and she rejects him, so he goes off to another mutant with pretty much the same powers, and Dazzler. And Dazzler says, no, not for me. And so I think that's what... And it's like when Beyonder's trying to learn how to like cook and clean and work and act as a human, and he wants to date. And since that doesn't work out, then he's like, fuck this, I'm going to like ruin everybody, and I'm going to battle the good guys and all that stuff. And so that's kind of how it happens. But kind of a weird love triangle pack. We could have that. Maybe we could get a new Boomer or whatever, and a Dazzler, and maybe we could have Beyonder in his like armored form, where he has those crazy like weird shoulder pads that wrap around him. Have him like have a crazy like maddening face with like his eyes with some like crackle coming out of it, and maybe some power effects that go around his wrists, just to show how crazy powerful he is and how insane he is. That wouldn't be too bad. Some other ideas I was thinking about, maybe getting a John Byrne style Fantastic Four She-Hulk in that new buck. It could be the exact same buck, same mold, but just painted in a Fantastic Four singlet. I think that would be sick. You know, this is just stuff that kind of revolved around Secret Wars 2. And at that time, John Byrne was writing Fantastic Four. The Thing was out. She-Hulk was in. I think also Colossus in that full red suit where, you know, there's his original suit, but then he started wearing this one that was like a red full body suit with cut off arms, but it like kind of like it dragged across the front of his chest and kind of snapped onto one side. And he had some cool gloves, and I kind of like that look. I mean, I'm a big Colossus fan, so any type of Colossus would be cool, but I love that one because I started reading X-Men at Uncanny 175, and I like that look, but when they kind of went past issue 200, he got that new look, and I really liked it, so I would like to see a Colossus in that, whether it's Secret Wars or not. Another excuse would be to make Rachel Summers. We haven't had her in a long time, like the Hound version, the Hound Phoenix version. I would love to get that, you know, with the lines on her face, maybe some power effects. That'd be pretty cool. So, enough of that discussion. Tell me what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like, comment if you like. That'd be wonderful. I hope you guys are doing all well. Enjoy your collecting. Have lots of fun. This is a great wave, so if you see it, get out there and get it. I got them at Target for like 18 bucks a piece. They were on sale, and they're gonna go back up to 25 bucks, I think, in a day or two. So if you guys see this, rush out to your Targets. I believe the DPCI for the whole wave is 087266641. What I did was call Target, and I got a very good associate to go back and grab the case and set it all out up at the front desk for me. Dope. Really thankful for that, you know, and you don't always find somebody that's that cooperative and pleasant and agreeable. So, I don't know. If you want to get that discount and you get a red card, add that in there. That's a 25% plus the 5% on the red card. So, you know, after tax, it's about 18 bucks per. So I saved a lot of money. That's $7 per figure. So that ain't bad, you know. So a little extra scratch in your pocket. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves. Be good. Later. Peace.